Hello and welcome back to Apt for You. In this particular video, we are going to discuss a new problem from greedy algorithms, and the name of the problem is basically stock buy and sell. So before we dive into the problem, let us first of all discuss what the problem statement actually says. So here they say that the cost of a stock. Remember, we are talking about a specific stock. Suppose the name of the stock is X. So the cost of a stock X on each day is given in an array A of size n, right? So what will be the cost of stock on each day? Those values are basically given in an array A of size n. Find all the days on which you can buy and sell the stock. So we basically have to purchase the stock on a specific day and sell it on a specific day, so that in between those days our profit is maximum. Okay, this is our objective. Point to be noted is that there may be multiple possible solutions. Please keep in mind there are multiple possible solutions, and we have to return any one you have to return, and any correct solution will result in an output of 1, whereas the wrong solution will result in an output of 0. So if you just return any one possible way of buying and selling the stock such that between those day your profit is maximum, then the solution will be accepted. So let us get it let us clarify this particular problem with the help of an example. So suppose this is the example. There are 7 days and the cost of stock X on 7 days are given. So this is the 0th day, first day, second day, third day, fourth, fifth and sixth. So 0 to 6 are the 7 days. Okay, so on the 0th day the cost is 100, then 180, then 260, 310, 40, 535, 695. Now we basically have to say that, okay, throughout these 7 days how will you purchase the stock and sell the stock. So suppose at index 0 I am buying the stock when the price is 100. Now I can sell the stock at first day. Still my profit will be maximum, isn't it? I'll be having a profit of 100 and 180. So basically 80 rupees profit. Within these 2 days I am in a profit only, right? If I purchase here and sell there. So this is one possible way, isn't it? You see, purchase and sell here. Next time what I can do is basically again you can purchase on this day and you can sell on this day, right? Or you purchase here, you sell here. Or you can say that, okay, I'll purchase here and sell here, right? Or I'll purchase on this day, I'll sell on this day, right? These are also a possible solution to this particular problem. Okay, or what is a better solution? Suppose I don't want to sell immediately, I am purchasing a stock on the 0th day. Now I can see that the price of the stock is increasing, and the next day the price of the stock is going to decrease. So I will not sell on the next day, I will basically sell it on this day itself. So basically I purchased at 0th day and sold it at 0, 1, 2, 3, third day. So this is one possible pair where you can buy it on 0th day, sell it on 3rd day. Again on the 4th day, I'll purchase the stock when the price is less, and again I can see the price is increasing till the last day, and I'll sell it on the 6th day. So 4 and 6. So I hope you are getting the point. This is the solution, one of the possible solution, and if you get this as a solution, your output will be correct. Fine. So as I said, there are multiple ways to solve this particular problem. Okay, so first of all let me explain you one particular way wherein this problem will be executing fine, keeping in mind this condition. What is the condition? The condition here said that there may be multiple possible solution, but return any one of them. So we can return any one of them, and any correct solution will result in an output of 1 which is correct. So if we can return any one of the solution, it will be working fine. Okay, so one basic way will be, suppose I have a stock like 100, 180, 260, 310, 40, 535, 695. What basically I can do is the very basic approach. Let me just draw the array. Fine. So you can see I can consider this pair, isn't it? If you are standing on here at this point, okay, and suppose the index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll start with the 1th index, okay, which means that today I found out I'll suppose I have already purchased a stock of 100. Okay, this price 100. Now at 180 I am standing, and if I see that the price has increased from the previous day, what does it mean? I can basically consider this pair to be one of the solution, isn't it? Purchase it on 0th day and sell it today. So this can also be one of the solution, isn't it? So if I found that the price previous day was less than today's price, then basically I can sell it today, right? So this can be a solution which says 0 comma 1. Again move to the next day. What can be a solution? I can buy the stock. Now suppose I am standing on this day, index 2, this day. So today you found out that today's price is basically more than yesterday's price. So what does it mean? It means there is one more possible solution, 1 comma 2, isn't it? That is, you purchase on first day and sell it on second day, this 2 day. So 1 comma 2. Now suppose I am on the index 3, that is third day, suppose. Okay, actually it is the fourth day, but suppose index 3. On this day you found out that today's price is 310 and yesterday it was 260. So basically this can also be a solution, isn't it? That is, purchase on 2 day and sell it on third day, right? Now suppose I am on this day. Do you think that this can be a solution? 3 4, purchasing on third and selling it on fourth? No, because you can see the price of the stock has suddenly declined. So this will not be a correct pair to take, because as they have mentioned that I want the profit to be maximum within the interval. Remember, between those days the profit should be maximum. So basically what is the interval I am taking? The interval I am taking means adjacent days. I am just taking adjacent days. So in the adjacent days, obviously this is the maximum profit I received here. In this adjacent days, this is the maximum profit I received here. In these two adjacent days, I received the maximum profit. And in these two, you are not getting the profit because you are going to get a loss because the price of the stock has decreased. So I'll skip this combination. Next time I will be coming here. Now you see, today 535, yesterday it was 40. So basically this can be a combination wherein I'll buy it on 4th day and sell it on 5th day. And again you come here, you found that the price is 695, which means you buy it yesterday, sell it today. So 5 6. You see, there the intervals between this solution is only 1, means I'm buying today and immediately the next day I'm selling the stock, right? This is also one of the possible solution, and if you're able to give this as the output, your output will generally be correct, because they have said that returning any one of them will be correct. So this is the most basic condition, that buying a stock today, selling it tomorrow if there is a profit, right? So let us try to code this particular solution. Now how we are going to code this? It's very simple. So this approach will give you correct answer, and we shall discuss one more approach. So here what we have to do is, see, the function stock by sell vector is going, this particular function is going to return a vector of vectors. Okay, this is basically going to return a what? A vector of vectors. So we will be declaring a vector of vectors. So for that, let me declare vector of vector, which will be of integers, and let us name it as result. Done. What I am going to do, I am going to basically declare a variable I, and I will be traversing the entire array. 0, I less than, not 0 actually, or 0 is fine. So I less than, you can say n, or let us say I equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus, and this will be small n, right? Fine. So what we are going to do, as we discussed, I will be starting from 1 and I will be moving till n I plus plus, and I will check if the value of the stock yesterday was less than or equal to less than value of the stock today. This is what I want, isn't it? If I found that, or to be more precise, to give it a good definition, the value of the stock today is greater than the value it had yesterday. The moment I find this combination, what should I do? What should I do is basically, I should basically now state that, okay, this is the possible pair. What is the possible pair? This and this, right? So in that case, you can say, let us do nested loop. Yeah. If a of I is greater than a of I minus 1, which means if the value of the stock today is more than the stock price yesterday, so it means I am basically going to take this combination, wherein I will do v dot pushback, or you can directly say result dot pushback So what is the index I'm going to take? So I'm going to take I minus 1, yesterday's index, and today's index. That's it. So I hope you're getting the point. And what is it going to do is basically it is going to insert this will be a vector again, right? And it is going to store into a vector of vectors result. right? So this itself is a vector, and this is a vector of vectors. So basically I am directly pushing these values into the vector result. I hope you're getting the point, right? So yes, that's it. So this particular problem will work fine, because what will be the output? This will be the output that will be generated, right? So yes, so now finally at the end we can return the result directly. So just return the, not here, actually you have to declare one more, yeah, and now you can return the, fine. So let us see how it is working. So this is one of the basic solution or approach to the particular problem, wherein this condition is also satisfied. That is, it is taking into consideration the adjacent days, the immediate next day, right? So this is also a valid solution, because we are satisfying the definition which says that the price of the basically we should have maximum profit in the interval. We should have basically what? Maximum profit in the interval, and if your interval size is very less, that is immediately next. So obviously in this interval this will only be my maximum price, isn't it? 180 minus 100. In this interval this will be your maximum profit, 260 minus 180. I hope you're getting the point. Here 310 minus 260. This is the profit, maximum profit in the interval. So this is one of the solution to be smart, right? Because in that interval this will be giving you a correct answer, because whatever they have mentioned in the statement we are following that only. And they said that there may be multiple solutions, return any one of them. So basically this can be a solution, possible solution. Fine. What is the next approach that we are going to discuss? The next approach will be, let me write the question again. So in the next approach what we are going to do is basically, okay, fine. So what are the values that is given? The values given here are basically 100, we have 180, we have 260, we have 310, we have 40, 535, and obviously 695, I think. Fine. The index values are basically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Done? Great. So now I am going to basically write another code for this particular problem. So let me just rub these two. Yeah. So obviously I will be requiring what? A vector of vectors, so that remains the same. Yes, now what I am going to do is basically, the next approach says that, now again I will be starting from this day 1, because I have already purchased a stock on day 0. Now if I find out that the value of the stock yesterday was less than today's, which means I am still in a profit, right? I am in a profit because today price is 180, yesterday it was 100. But now I will decide whether I should sell today only or not. Okay, so let me go parallelly with the problem. So what we have done, we have declared a vector of vectors, that is result, and we will declare one more vector, that is nothing but vector integer v. Okay, so this is another possible way. Now what we are going to do is basically we are going to run our loop from I equal to 1 till I less than n I plus plus, right? So is it going to be fine or not? Let us decide. So yes, let us see, let us try to code this particular problem also. Fine. So what I'm saying, so I am standing on day 1, and if I find out that the price of the stock on day 1, or that is A of I, wherever I am standing, is greater than the price of the stock the previous day. What does it indicate? It indicates that good, this can be a possible combination. So what you do is basically v dot push back. What we are going to do? Push back this particular value. Which value? This value, which means the day when you have purchased the stock, which is nothing but I minus 1. I hope you're getting the point. And then we will increment I plus plus. Fine. Then move into the next day. I hope you're getting the point. I am standing at day 1 and I found out that on day 0 the price was very low. Then obviously I am going to purchase the stock on that day. And we know that our combination will be the day of purchasing the stock, buying, and the day of selling the stock. So basically right now in my V, what I am pushing, so this is my vector V. Okay, vector V, I just pushed what? The index 0. Okay, next I plus plus. So I now from here it will move to this point. Done. Now we should decide that when we should actually sell the stock, when we should actually sell this stock which was purchased on day 0. You can see that I can sell it immediately, but then there will be no difference in this solution and this solution. In this particular solution, I was basically selling the immediately next day if I am in profit. But here I am waiting for days as long as I am getting the profit. For example, right now I can sell it because my price is 180, which is more than yesterday's price. But I will not sell it right now. I will check how long as I can hold this stock. So I can hold it till next day also, because next day the price of the stock is 260. I am still in profit. Next day also I can hold it till next day because the price of the stock is increasing 310 and I have purchased at 100. It is still in profit. You can see it is still in profit from here, increasing. Now you cannot hold it till fourth day. Why? Because on the fourth day the price of the stock is going to decline. Okay, so you should basically sell it on this day. Basically what we are doing, we are deferring it. Deferring means deferring as long as you are getting the profit. So for this particular line, what we are doing, I am going to do is basically I am going to write a while condition, while loop. So what we are going to say, while I is less than n. So we should keep in mind that this pointer will increase. Okay, we will increase this pointer as long as it is within the range. That is why while I less than n, because my I is going to increase, isn't it? My I is pointing now right now to index 1. Remember, after this point, I plus plus, it makes it, sorry. So initially I is equal to 1, which means my pointer was at this position. So let me just explain you properly. So I equal to 1, I was starting from here, isn't it? I had to travel all the way to this point. So initially I was here, I found out that the I minus 1 value is less than I. So basically I pushed this value index into the vector V. Great. And I did I plus plus, which means my I pointer now points to this index. Remember. Now I will keep on moving this I as long as I am getting a profit. So for that I am going to check while I less than n, come inside and check if value of the stock on ith day is basically greater than or equal to the value of the stock the previous day, I minus 1. You just keep on increasing, and if you find out that the value of the price has basically decreased, then what will you do? You will just say break. I hope you are getting the point. So how is it working? You see, on day 2 I am seeing that my value is 260 and the previous day value is 180. What is it? It is profit. So what will I do? I plus plus. So my I pointer will now come here. Day 3, value is 310. The previous day the value is 260. I am still in profit. So what to do? I plus plus. Come here. Day 4, the value of the price is 40 and the price previous day was 310. Means a decline is detected. So what should you do? Is this condition true? No, this condition has become false because the value of the stock on ith day, that is fourth day, is greater than equal to A of third day. 310 is false because this is 40 and this is pointing to 310. False. So what will do? Break. The moment you do break, you come out of the while loop, and the moment you come out of the while loop and you are pointing into this region, what you should do? Basically you found out that I should now sell my stock on the previous day because my I is pointing here, and you pointed out that on this day my stock price is going to decline, so better to sell it on the previous day. So I minus 1 will be the price of selling, the day of selling it, selling the stock. So that is why I am just going to push here V dot pushback. What I am going to push? I am going to push when I am going to sell this stock on the previous day. So I minus 1. Okay, because my I pointer is pointing to the fourth day, the day where my stock price has declined, but I will be selling it in the previous day. So V dot pushback I minus 1, what will it do? It will push into this vector V that we have created, the value 3, which means that you found a combination that you will be purchasing on 0th day, selling it on 3rd day. This is a valid combination. Done. Fine. What will happen next? The next time again, it will go back to the for loop. Okay. Now when it goes back to the for loop, what will happen? Right now your I is pointing to what value? 0.4, right? So I plus plus will make it point to 5. This point, right? Fine. So what next? Now this will be a new combination. So every time you start your for loop, you should basically do V dot clear. So remember, I have a result vector also, and this is the vector result, and here I have pushed up here 0,3. This vector has been pushed, and now this vector has been flushed. So this value is cleared. There is nothing else. Now this V remains as it is, clear, because I am writing V dot clear. That for the next iteration. What will happen next again? A of I greater than A of I minus 1. So because of I plus plus, I had moved forward. Now you come inside and see A of I means 535 today. Value previous day was 40, which means this is a good combination. So basically I can pick up this as the purchase day. So v dot pushback I minus 1, which means pushback index 4. I plus plus, so I will now come to 6. While I less than n, so obviously I is less than n only, right? What should we do? If a of I is greater than equal to a of I minus 1, so a of I is 625, I minus 1 is 535, basically it is greater, which means I can do I plus plus. I plus plus means you just went outside. Done. Else break. Come outside. Else break. So I plus plus I did, and the next time I am coming here, I found out that my I has basically surpassed this limit range. So it will no longer do I plus plus. It will come outside, and I will do v dot pushback I minus 1. So what is I minus 1? Nothing but this value. This index, 6th day. So 6th day index will be pushed here. Because you see, I purchased it on the 4th day, and I deferred it till I am getting the maximum profit. So I already have reached out the last day. So I will be selling it today itself, right? So 6th day I have pushed it here. Again you will come back here and you will see that your I has already reached the last point. So no longer executing this, come out of the loop. And okay, one more thing, we should every time push these vectors into this result, isn't it? So for that particular reason, I should write a line here, result dot pushback what v, because every time in every iteration, whenever we are creating a pair of vector v, we should push it into the result vector, which is a vector of vectors. So there is this line here. Done. And every time we are beginning a new iteration, we should basically say v dot clear. I hope you are getting the point. So that's it. Now what we should do is basically return. So this is basically my if loop. It's alright. The for loop terminates here, and one more loop will be one. This is the main function, and I should return the value here. Return what? Result. So I hope we have not done any mistake, and it should work definitely fine. Okay, so we have to declare a variable I, which we are using integer I. That's it. So let me just clear this so that you can see the code properly. Yeah. So yes, we have done everything. Everything should work fine. So let us now quickly compile the code. So remember, what is the solution by this approach? So we are basically trying to defer our payment, isn't it, as long as possible. So we are purchasing on 0th day, and we are seeing how long I can hold the stock to get maximum profit. Yeah, cool. So this particular solution also works fine. So I hope you got the point. We are basically this again will be pushed here 4-6. So we are purchasing a stock on the 0th day, holding it as long as possible. On the 3rd day I am selling it, because on the next day I am going to have a loss. Again we are purchasing on the 4th day, and I am holding it till the last day. That's why you can see there is a difference in the solution, this solution and this solution, right? Now this is also a possible solution, this is also a possible solution, and as the question says that any one solution, if you give the output will be 1. So that is why we just successfully executed the entire problem. The time complexity to solve was definitely order of n. Space complexity, we didn't use any extra space. So that's all from this particular video. I hope this video was helpful. In case of any doubt, please feel free to put it out in the comment section, and just like, share and subscribe. Thank you.